Hello YouTubers. Today we have a programmer for the iPhone X and the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, iPhone 7, 7 Plus. And what we can do is actually copy the data from one screen to another screen. So all the sensors and the LCD, everything's functional with the new screen that you're attaching to the new phone that you're programming. Because if you do not program it, you will not have touch on some screens. Also, the light sensor won't work proper. You will not be able to display the right brightness and stuff like that. So I'm going to show a little demonstration of what the tool is and how it works. So I'm going to set the programmer to the side here. This is actually the tool right here. So we're going to open this up, grab this out, set that to the side, and here's actually the tool that does all the programming. I'm going to get that on camera there for you guys to read. Basically, in this demonstration, I'm going to be showing you. You got the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8. Then you got the 7 and the 7 Plus, and then you got the iPhone X. So basically, you can operate this device without using the reader if you wish to. And how that happens is you just plug a regular power cord into it, and you'll get power. So you could do that option, or you could do the option of plugging it in an actual the JC programmer. So you just plug it in, recognizes it. This is the new update that I was talking about earlier in my videos. The remainder of times, ignore that. From what I understand, that's what they tell me, so you ignore it. But we're gonna, the code and the LCM code, we're gonna want those two codes. I got a couple screens over here that I'm gonna show. I actually printed out the codes and stuff like that, and that is from QR coding through the screen and actual reading the screen data from the screen, like from a QR code, and then printing it out so you know what you got. But we'll go over a little demonstration here. So we got this operating here. So I got this screen right here. You guys can see the code. I printed out the code and printed this out just to show you for demonstration purposes on what we're going to be doing here. And these are the codes that you're going to be extracting. And you can actually extract the codes by using I don't know, they have the app for the Android, but we'll just go like this. I'm going to bring my phone into I'm going to run the scanning app here. So I can actually QR it. Let's see if I get this. There we go. So I got the data there, as you can see. So that's the data. Now if I come over here and I read the encryption data off the actual chip itself, we're going to read that. You know, it's good to match the screens and stuff like that. You have a record, somebody comes in, they replace their screen, and they got it replaced by a third party, and they wonder why their stuff's not working, and they can't get that screen again, so their phone's unoperable. but if you had copied this data previously, then you would have it. So let's go try to read this code here. I'm going to try to zoom in. There we go. So I read the code. So what we're going to do is we're going to read that data off the actual LCD screen. So that's just a demonstration. And remember that data that I was reading, right? I'm going to swap it out for this screen. Say we want to read this data off this screen right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this on here. Now we're going to hit read on here. Alright, so we got the data. You can see that we actually got the code and we got the LCM code. So the LCM code, and that's what matches over here, as you can see, as the LCM code. And then we have the regular code right here, 7257. So by reading the code, the script on the back panel of this panel and trying to marry the components together, and reading this code on here on the chip, which is good. And there's a lot of programmer codes out there that you could try to actually read the data off the code, but there's no scanners that really do it. I found one scanner on the App Store that does it, and it does it pretty good. I just showed you guys that. So if we wanted to go here, we could go to save data. We're gonna hit save, and we're gonna go to read again. There, that saved the data. So if we go to open, you can see the data was saved right there, 7257. We hit quit. So now I'm going to pop on another screen here. We're going to put this screen on. We're going to copy that data, but we're going to read and copy this data first. Never know that when you're going to need the screen or whatever. So we're going to hit read. Alright, so that saved the data, 6567. Alright, so we want to write the other data to this, right? So we're going to hit unsave. We're going to hit open. We're going to hit 7257. Alright, select. And then what we're going to do is we're going to burn that data to the new screen. Okay, write complete. So we're going to hit read. We're going to verify. Alright, so verified. So you can see that the serial number code was 7257. This is 6567, and then the LCM code is DTP7. DTP7. So you can see that it actually wrote the data. Now we could so there's going to be other options too that are going to be coming in the future, coming soon, which is going to be cool. But basically that's how you program a new screen when you want to program the data from one screen to another screen. And the reason why you want to do this is because especially for the iPhone X and the 8, that the sensor, the light sensor doesn't work at the top of the screen where you know, the brightness control and stuff like that, or you don't have touch features, or you don't want the actual phone, when it does an update and installs the file, it detects a fake copy screen or something like that too. So it's always a good thing. I'm going to show you how to read and write this data. Let's put the original data back to this one real quick. So we're going to hit open, and this was a 6567. So we're going to hit that, select, and then we're going to hit burn. Alright, so that's good. Now let's hit a read on this. See if we copied the code. Alright, so it's back to the stock now. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this. I'm going to show you the feature without the actual control unit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to power this off. And we're going to remove this. And actually I could, like, so if you just have this and you don't want to power up your device, you got power to this. So I could actually put the screen on there. I'm just showing you for purposes here. So here, let's connect this together here. Gotta get this on there. Alright. So I can just hit read here, and you can see that's blinking. So it's actually copying the data. Now it's ready to copy. So if I want to hit write, I can hit write, and it's writing the data there. Alright, so now it's done blinking. That means it's complete. So actually you don't even need this powered on, but I'm going to show you another feature. If we disconnect this, we disconnect the module, and that's how it comes. We can actually take a regular cord. I wouldn't recommend using a real cord, an iPhone charger cord. I'd use a bootleg one. So we're going to supply power to this. There we go. We got power. Now we're going to hook the screen up. Then we can hit read. Then we can take this off. Put the other screen on there. And we can hit write. Now I'm going to show you the verification data after this, so we can make sure that the code changed after it's done writing. You can see it's blinking right there. That means it's copying. Alright, so that's complete. So we can disconnect this. We're going to see what the data on this, the white screen was. Unplug that. Alright, we got the screen on there attached, the white one. We're going to hit read. And you can see that it actually changed it. If we come over here, This was a 7257, and this was a 6567 code. Now it's changed to. I'm gonna program back that old code to have it back to stock. Go ahead and burn. Hit read. And now we're back to stock here at the 7257. So I hope you guys liked the video of the attachment piece for the JC Pro 1000. This is to program the iPhone 7, 8, 7 Plus, 8 Plus, and the iPhone X screens for sensor data and the coding of the screen, which you need, and that's what Apple verifies, that coding, see if it's right or it's different coding, you know, that doesn't match to it. Like they had their little incident where people didn't have their touch when updating to the latest software, and that was due to because the keys did not match up when the phone boot up and did the register check on the system components, the hardware, what hardware components are in there, just like the same thing as Touch ID, same thing. But so this just basically copies the data from one screen to another screen, which you do need in the newer phones, unfortunately. And we shouldn't have to do this. We should be able to put third-party screens on our phones, no problem, no questions asked. And it's just another way that Apple is trying to stop people from fixing their own devices. They want you to purchase brand new ones and stuff like that. So what I say to this is this is awesome technology from the JC company out in China. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the bottom of the description where you can contact them, either order this product or if you like to order some other different types of product from them. But good company, they respond back to you right away. Any issues you have, they seem to take care of it. Very fast shipping and stuff like that. So more or less everything I got for their programmers so far has worked. Had no issues with their programmers except the iPhone 32 and 64-bit thing, but they recently just updated that software to fix that issue that they were having with it, which they do come out with updates for the actual programmer, which is nice. You know, I'm waiting for this programming to come with the chip so we can program the Android phones and read some of the data off there, which would be kind of cool instead of having a couple different programmers. But yeah, pretty awesome device. Hope this helps people, you know, understand what they're trying to do and actually marrying the keys to the actual motherboard of the phone so the phone won't boot, don't have no touch, the light sensor doesn't work right. I mean, it's kind of crappy what they're doing, but hope you guys like the review video. If you guys get a chance, if you haven't, give this a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And thanks for watching.